Hope you all enjoy this 5-mile spin bike ride with me.
All right. Testing 1, 2. Hope you guys are ready. Going for a 5-mile, 25-minute bike ride. Whichever one comes first. I hope that you came already warmed up. There's no expectation of speed or resistance on here. I just tell you what I normally do. I'm normally averaging 12 to 14 miles an hour, around by a resistance of 30, which is pretty much a flat road. From time to time, I may speed up or make the resistance harder, but this is mainly just a bike ride. Setting my distance now, and we're going to go ahead and start. All right, so we're starting. Again, welcome to this fitness ride, 5 mile and or 25 minutes of riding on the spin bike, air bike, or maybe if you want to walk it out on the trail, whichever one comes first. Today, I am your favorite fitness guy, Todd Mickens, just doing some fun fitness. This is per se not a spin class, but a spin discussion, conversation, back and forth. It's me and you, right? Probably today, I'm going to probably average a little lower on speed, maybe between 10 and 12. Distance, I'll probably keep the same, right at 30. Like I said, flat road. And if you want to count this as a class or an extra credit or something else that you can do, feel free. Feel free to. 5 miles isn't a walk in the park, as I should just put it or say. This again was a goal that I chose from last month of August for 1 mile a day walking / jogging. I wanted to continue to push myself. I'm not sure if the audio is all that good. I'm trying some new equipment. You guys have to let me know whether it is or not. And so this month I wanted to do 5 miles a day. Whether I do another workout or not, 5 miles every day. And as I said, it normally takes me right around 20 to 25 minutes. So you're here with me for 20 to 25 minutes. It could be faster, depending on if I was to ride like this here the whole time, then we'll probably get there in 15. But no, we're just gonna ride it out. And I guess I can treat this as a class, but I'm not going to call it a class, quote unquote. This is a fun spin ride. This is more or less of an extra credit riding with your favorite fitness guy, Todd Mickens. I would love to one day pursue the ability to be a spin class instructor, but I have some more training on my end to do. But it doesn't stop me from getting on the spin bike and telling you guys to ride with me. So again, you know, I hope you all have already stretched. Some of you may take this ride or this experience as just a time to listen. Like I said, I can tell you a little bit about myself. When I started E2M, how I got involved with E2M. As well as my wife. First things first, I met E2M through another acquaintance of E2M who's already in there. A young lady by the name of Deidre Harvey. I noticed she started losing weight. Me and my wife noticed, and she's been a long time friend. And I just asked her, hey, what you got going on? And she didn't force it. She just say, oh, it's a program called E2M. This is when E2M was in a 8-week stages, all right? And so when the next stage started up, me and my wife showed, well, I didn't want to do it. Let me just be honest. If you're riding on the bike, just speed up just a tad bit. I didn't want to do it. I didn't know it was BOGO, which means if one person signed up, the spouse is free. So he ended up signing up, and that was a wrap. What really captivated me about E2M is E2M came to Columbia, South Carolina. They came to Eastway Park, and I had been working out for about 3 or 4 weeks. Heard it was coming. I said, hey, I'm gonna go to Eastway Park and see if Coach Alicia, Coach Mandy, Coach Witt, when she was with us, Coach Spoon. I'm gonna see if they really who they say they are, if they the same person on the camera. And lo and behold, when I got there, I sat back and I watched everybody, and mainly Coach Spoon. When I watched Coach Spoon, I said we might have had, I'm gonna just say we in between 350 to 400 people out there. And when I saw him stand there and not try to run away from everybody's, I mean, he stood there, answered every question, hugged every hug, kissed every baby, smiled, took every picture, and that won me over. That won me over. That really, really won me over. And I think I was one of the last persons to leave that day. Matter of fact, that's when I met Dwayne. Y'all know Dwayne. He's an intricate part of E2M. Y'all see him doing various videos, announcements. He's on the tech side. He's on the workout side. He's my brother. And it's been on and popping ever since. One day I got a phone call that said, hey, would you like to come with E2M when we travel? So I started, listen, guys, give a little more resistance. Just a little more resistance. Said, would you like to travel with E2M? Would you like to be a part of, this is when E2M was traveling up north, down south, everywhere. You know, my first trip with E2M was down to Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. And I said, yes, I want to be a part of E2M family. Now, let me back up a little bit. How I got to that point was, and keep those feet going, don't stop. Keep those feet going, don't stop. I saw the impact that E2M had on everybody that was here when they came to Columbia. People from Charleston came, people from Atlanta came, and I said it to myself and to some other people, I wish we could do this every month. And they was like, well, Todd, why don't you start something? One of the local E2M members here said, well, why don't you put something together? We'll work with you. So that's exactly what I did. For the past 3, going on 4 years, every first Saturday in the month, we would meet out at the park. Our first meeting out at the park, at Earlwood Park. The following month was canceled due to thought of rain. But come to find out, they didn't really want us out there because they was afraid that we would mess up the baseball field. So we immediately moved over to the riverfront, Columbia Riverfront Park. Thank God for Columbia Riverfront Park. No pushback. We've been there now religiously. They make sure they cut grass for us. They put out bug spray. They turn on the power for us when we use equipment for our DJs. They really go all out for us. So the numbers that I was getting every month went from 20, 30, 40. We even got as high as up to 100 plus every month, first Saturday of the month. Coach Spoon and the E2M family noticed it, and they was like, hey, this guy here and these other E2M people that was involved with creating this really putting forth a good effort. And they said, well, you know, Todd is leading that. or we get him to come on board and help us when we go to the meetups. And when we went to the meetups, that was helping all the way from setting up all the equipment to picking up trash, cleaning up, going to do this, do whatever E2M needed to hype E2M up, to dance, that crazy, to go to the socials the night before, meet and greet people, and let them know that E2M is real. And that's how I got onto the train of helping out with E2M. Under E2M, I've flown all the way high north as you can go. I've gone all the way south as you can go. Only place I haven't been was out west yet. And I think that's going to be coming in the near future. But E2M has made a turn in the way things have been going. So there's not as many in-person meetups. Columbia had one not too long ago, and who was that? Jersey had one not too long ago. And with time, things change. Okay, things change. So you have to adapt and overcome, and that's what we did. I wasn't able to go to the last one, but we still met up here in Columbia, and we had a pretty good time. But now, listen, guys, real quick, for 30 seconds, I want us to come out the saddle if you ride with me. So I'm taking my resistance up to 40. I'm just gonna come out the saddle for 30 seconds. Like I said, you don't want nothing too hard, but you don't want too easy, especially when you're coming out the saddle. All right, so in 10 seconds, we're gonna come out the saddle. We're gonna ride, standing up for 30 seconds. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And here we go. All right. Nice and smooth. Woo. 15 more seconds and we back down. So that's a little bit about me, as well as my wife. Like I said, we've been in it, I say 4 years, but it's more or less like 3.5. 3, 2, and 1. Go back to that flat road. Woo. Yeah. I am a truck driver by trade. I have my own lawn care business as well. My wife is an educator. We have two kids, a boy and a girl. Love life. This may help some people who have doing this as a couple. When me and my wife first started E2M, we did a lot of the workouts together. But it didn't stay that way simply because how early I got up in the morning. When I was getting up in the morning going to work, my wife probably had about 3 more hours to sleep. So our workout started to differ, which is challenging because when you start something with or because someone, you can get discouraged when you can't do it with them. But luckily for me, I like working out alone. And this was no slight to her. When I go to the gym, I really don't like working out with a bunch of people. It was fun working out with my wife because we were setting goals with and for each other. But I didn't even know. I just figured after I left to go to work, she was still asleep. She was still getting up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, getting her workouts in. So we still was working out together, but separate. So this is where I get into goals. When you have goals, make sure you, I can scratch my back. Make sure you set your goals, ladies and gentlemen. You set personal goals, not per se a cumulative goal, or you doing it because your friend do it. Because what happened is when your friends or spouse, when they start lagging on their end of the goal, if you're not doing it for you or for the challenge or the experience, you will fall off. You will fall off. Real quickly, 15 seconds. Let's come out of that cycle again. I'm gonna go ahead and take my resistance up to 45. You don't have to, but this is just to help me push a little bit. 5 seconds, we're gonna be out of the saddle. And 3, 2, and 1, and here we go. All right. Then we're gonna finish up talking about these goals. Why it's good to set goals and make sure they're your personal goals, right? 15 seconds. Yes. Woo! So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to flat road. Okay, reason why is you can get caught up in somebody else's achievements, you forget about your own. Or you feel like, well, if they're not doing it, I'm not gonna work. You know, your success becomes dependent upon their participation. Now, it's important that you have people in your corner that are like-minded like you, for sure. That's the only time you really include somebody in your goals. Y'all excuse me, hold up, let me slow down. I got that. There we go. That was somebody always call it. I should have put on do not disturb. But set your goals for you and you alone. And then when you tell people about your goals or people help you, it's more or less to help keep you and them accountable. That's it. Keep me accountable. I tell people, if you haven't seen me post that I've done my mile, which was for last month, or my 5 miles for this month, I need you to hold me accountable. Hey, Todd, what's going on? Now, I might have forgot to post, or I might have got in late, and or saying, well, I can skip a day. All right, my goal is every day of the month of September to do 5 miles on this bike. Now, setting goals, set reachable goals, set goals that are reachable, set goals that are within reach. Now, my first goal for the month of August was 1 mile a day, walking/jogging for the month of August. After I completed that, I didn't go haywire and crazy to say, well, now I'm gonna run a 10K every day. Impossible, right? Now, the other goal that I was gonna set, which would have still been on the time frame of walking, it would have been, instead of walking a mile, I was gonna run half mile, walk the other mile, and then the next month it was gonna be run the whole mile. Well, the walking a mile a day had kind of became, it became like, I don't want to say easy, but it wasn't challenging, and it started to get boring. So I said, well, I got to do something to keep me engaged and wanting to do this. So, hey, I got a Peloton bike. And listen, you don't have to have a Peloton bike. You can have, I've had all type of bikes. Bikes with screens, bikes with no screen, bikes where the feet fall off, bikes where the pedal come off. I've had it all. So I said, well, let me do a 5 mile a day challenge. Because if you have a Peloton and you do any other workouts on there, most of the time, you're gonna average at least 2.5 to 3 miles for the workout if you're doing something for 15 to 20 minutes. So I said, well, let me choose to do 5 miles a day, which takes pretty much 20 to 25 minutes. And lo and behold, see, like right now, we only have 3/4 of a mile to go and we'll be finished, and we're almost at 19 minutes, right? I'm averaging 13 miles an hour. My cadence is right at about 85. Flat road, resistance stuck at 30 until we went up to 40. And listen, guys, I am enjoying completing the tech. Now, it is challenging. I didn't make it easy. I didn't want it easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But this is something, it's a personal goal. Now, I used to be against setting goals for family reunions or wedding dresses or class reunions. I was like, man, no, you ought to do it. But listen, any reason you're doing a goal to better yourself is great and awesome. The only thing is, after that goal, after that class reunion, after that wedding dress, after that family reunion, after that birthday, then what? Then what? You have to be able to continue to have goals. That's why I immediately jumped into the month. I didn't take no time off. I jumped right into the month of September with the 5 miles an hour. Now, I mean 5 miles a day. Now, I may go back to doing the mile next month. I may go back to that, but it's going to be a continued reach for growth and for goals, so that I can always have something to strive for. I'm gonna tell you the mistake a lot of us make is get into the program, we lose weight, we start looking good, people say we look good, and we forget where we come from. We don't keep in touch no more. We don't meet up no more. We don't participate, or we don't conversate within the groups or the E2M page anymore. Then we see new people coming in with all of their success, and we sticking our lip out. Other these new people, then you mad you ain't in the algorithms, but you ain't. Yeah, let's just talk about it. But nevertheless, guys, we got less than a quarter mile to go, and we be done. But listen, just because you got the weight off, you got to do what it keeps to keep the weight off. What helps me tremendously is meal prep. Meal prep, or either, let me just say, trying to eat the best way that I can. Ladies and gentlemen, we coming up upon the 5 mile mark. We are under a quarter mile, and we're right at about 21 minutes. Look like we're going to finish this up right around about 22 minutes and 30 seconds. No, right at 22 minutes. So here we go. Thank y'all for riding with me. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. This is the end of the ride. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. You guys, if you can do this with me, you don't have to do it. But listen, if you have a bike and you want to do this challenge, every day play this video. Play this video, and it will happen for you. There it is. My mile is complete. I'm done. Whew. My 5 miles is complete. All right, now I'm going to trust that you guys know how to stretch and cool down on your own. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. Got to take the pictures of my complete here, and we're going to move on. But I thank you. It's your favorite guy, Todd Mickens, your favorite fitness guy, and we just enjoyed the meet. Pop out of these. Hold up. Woo. We just popped out here. We just enjoyed a 5 mile fitness ride. Thank you. Use this video if you want to do some type of extra credit on the weekends or anytime during the week for your spin ride. Remember, 5 miles, it ain't no walk in the park, but it's challenging, and I want y'all to help me stay committed to my challenge of 5 miles every day for the month of September. Once again, it's your favorite guy, Todd Mickens. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Until next time.